Haman plots to kill all the Jews and Mordecai, the uncle of Esther. God elevates Mordecai and debases Haman. Haman has to lead the Jewish Mordecai around the city on the king's horse. This incredible honor is what Haman had planned for himself. Haman had also planned to hang Mordecai. Now Haman will be hung on his own gallows. His sons will also be hung on the gallows they built for the Jews. God protected the Jews and made an example of Haman and his sons so that no one would dare attempt to destroy the Jews again. Esther 7:10. Haman was hanged on the gallows that he had built for Mordecai. Esther 9:25. Haman suffered the fate he had planned for the Jews. He and his sons were hanged from the gallows. Just as God saved the Jews in Esther's time of need, God will save the remnant of the Jews in the 7-year tribulation.
Psalm 9:16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion. Selah.
Esther 7:10. Haman was hanged on the gallows that he had built for Mordecai.
Esther 9:25. Haman suffered the fate he had planned for the Jews. He and his sons were hanged from the gallows.
Higgaion Selah. The intent is probably to call for exultant meditation of the marvelous truths just revealed.
In the latter part of the terrible 7-year tribulation, the remnant of the Jews will escape the Antichrist and be protected by Jesus, probably in Petra.
Micah 5:5. The Assyrian.
This passage is strongly messianic and prophetic. It seems most likely that the Assyrian here is a name for the Antichrist of the last days, the leader of the last great invasion of Israel, before the second coming of Christ. He is an Assyrian by geography, since his capital will be Etrush toward Babylon. And the last days, the Assyrian, or Antichrist, or beast, will be seeking to establish his world government and especially to eliminate the nation Israel, and all Christians and every nation. At that time, this particular prophecy will become clear. There has been no historical fulfillment of this prophecy as yet, which makes it even more obvious that the major context of this whole section must relate to the future. At that time, the Lord will raise up leaders, perhaps from Israel, to organize escape routes and resistance to the Assyrians' armies and death squads. Henry Morris.
Psalm 9:8. Paul apparently refers to this promise in Acts 17:31, referring to the resurrected Christ as the coming judge.
The coming judge.
Micah 5:6. They shall lay waste the land of Assyria with the sword continues the prediction of the last days when the Assyrian represents the confederacy of nations which shall come against Israel at the end of the tribulation period. Israel, strengthened by their shepherd, will not only repulse the attack, but will carry the battle into enemy territory.
Jesus will rule on earth following the 7-year tribulation.